Welcome to my studio. I'm Debbie Tribble of Dreamweaver Quilting. Thank you for joining me for another Tuesday Tiny Tip. Today we will continue to explore needles. Knowing needle sizes and systems are important when choosing the correct needle for your application. Hand sewing needles, machine domestic needles, and longarm machine needles will be compared today. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can be notified when new tiny tips are released. Both hand and machine needles vary in thickness, length, point shape, and size of needle eye. Although today's focus is machine needles, it is important to understand that hand sewing needles are sized differently than machine needles, both domestic and industrial. Hand sewing needles are sized from larger to smaller. That is to say, the larger the needle number size, the shorter and finer the needle will be. Hand needles of different types vary in size as well. Machine needles, both domestic and industrial, are sized from smaller to larger. The smaller the needle number, the finer the needle will be. This image illustrates holes made with a 70-10, 80-12, and 90-14 needle. Notice the 70-10 hole is quite small compared with the hole made by the 90-14 needle. Check out the needle package for valuable information about the needles contained. Let's focus on the information provided about size. At the bottom of the package, the numbers 80-12 indicate the size of the needle. 80 is the European measurement. The blade on this needle measures 80/100ths of a millimeter thick. The 12 is the American size designation that matches that European measurement. Most manufacturers have both numbers listed on the package. Notice the different sizes on these Schmetz needle packages. The 68 means the blade on that needle measures 60/100ths of a millimeter thick. Shown are a 68, 70-10, 75-11, 80-12, 90-14, and 110-18. Most modern domestic home sewing machines use the same needle system. Machine needles are consistent in length within a needle system type. Notice the marking on the needle package, 130/705H. This indicates that the needle has a flat back shank and scarf. The letters following the 130/705H, M, J, E, and L, are a further designation of a needle type. We will discuss needle types in a later video. Industrial needles used in longarms have additional considerations. On this Gross-Beckert package, notice the numbers in the upper right corner. These denote the size of the needle. The needle system type is 134 MR. My longarm uses a special application needle, abbreviated SAN, and the package is marked multi-range MR. Some manufacturers will use SAN as well as MR on their package. Some simply mark the package with MR. A multi-range needle is a special application needle. When using a longarm, the machine head moves over the fabric. The fabric is stationary. Since the machine head moves versus the fabric moving, there is a greater chance of needle deflection or bending. The multi-range needle's multi-directional design allows for more accurate stitching while moving the machine in any direction. Extra strength allows maximum flexibility and bending. The deep scarf prevents skip stitches. Not all industrial machines use the same system, so you must be aware and determine what type your machine uses. I have found Superior Threads to be a great reference source. Check them out. This information is a guide to help you understand machine needles. If you're not sure what needle system your machine uses, here's a few suggestions. Check with the manufacturer. Check the nameplate. Some machines stamp the needle system into the nameplate. Look for a spare packet of needles. This would make it really easy to reference the correct needle system. Check your operating manual. Once you've determined the correct information, write it down in your reference book. That was your tip from episode 1. Did you realize what an important part a sewing machine needle has in your successful sewing experience? Join me again next Tuesday for another tiny tip.